Just get out here and go. Make some moves. Watch out for puddles so that you don't hydroplane. And I am no expert. Let me say this. I am no expert. I just love to ride. So same way in the car, you know, you want to make sure that your tires are good, and you want to make sure that you have good treads. I almost said threads, don't laugh at me. Good treads so that it can push the water away from the tires so that you're not running the risk of hydroplaning or anything like that. But honestly, it's not that difficult. It's not that scary. Sometimes you may have to crack your visor just to get a little airflow. I do have all my vents open on my helmet. I think the biggest thing that you should do is you just have to watch out for other drivers, because for whatever reason, people still drive like it's, you know, completely dry. So they put a lot of faith and trust in their vehicles, and they don't be worrying about crashing or anything like that. So so they don't really be tripping, and it's all about making sure that you communicate with other people out there on the road. You know, if you're gonna be switching lanes, not only you want to make sure that you're using your turn signals, but you want to make sure that you have the attention of the person, you know, behind you or beside you, so they know that you're trying to make a maneuver so that you can stay safe. But honestly, this ain't no bad thing, man. Just gonna go out for a little while. Maybe I'll ride. I don't know how much gas I got. I don't think I got that much gas left anyway. I'll ride till my gas light come on, or maybe not. I remember the first time that I got stuck in the rain. I got caught in the rain. I was on my way to Maryland to ride with a friend of mine, and it started pouring down on 495. You see that hazard right there? You gotta watch out for things like that. It started pouring down, man. I'm on 495. I'm getting it. This is when I had my yellow, or my high visible yellow Honda. I'm gonna jump on the highway for a little bit just so y'all can, you know, get a taste of that. But yeah, I had my high visible yellow Honda. And this was the first time that I had actually got caught in an actual rainstorm. Now, mind you, when I took my motorcycle license class, the second day that we had the class, it rained the whole day. It was a 2-day class, 2 8-hour days. And the second day it rained the whole day, which was really good because, you know, you had that initial fear, and then you was able to get over that fear. You was able to get over that fear, and everything was better. But when I got caught in this rain, it was different because I was on the highway. I had never been in the rain on the highway, and I ain't gonna hold you, man. It was a little bit intimidating. It was a little bit intimidating. But what I did was, I just slowed down, got in the slow lane, and I took my time. And fortunately, for where I live at, this area, which is the DMV area, is, in my opinion, very motorcycle friendly. We have the bike culture, the motorcycle culture here is really big. So these drivers, they're used to seeing people on motorcycles a lot. So they do tend to give us a lot of courtesy, which all of us bikers truly appreciate. Like, we really appreciate it when you give us the courtesies. Right now I'm doing about, 45 miles an hour. It's a little bit of traffic. I came out in rush hour. I think I know this person. Nope, I don't. I thought it was somebody that worked with me. But yeah, it's a little bit of traffic. I'm at about, I don't know, 50 miles an hour. You kind of want to stay. You want to be either on the passenger side of a vehicle, or you want to be on the driver's side of a vehicle, because cars that leak oil or any type of fluid, fluid on top of a wet surface is really a bad mixture, and it can get dangerous really quick. And as you can see, they're taking their time. They was probably trying to see what I was going to do, if I was going to jump out there or whatever the case was. Got my man right here in the green Jeep, Rubicon, looking good, looking lovely, sitting big. But yeah, you can see there's a little bit of traffic. Not a big deal though. I should be over there in the HOV, but I wanted to be in traffic intentionally. Intentionally, I chose to ride in traffic because I just want you guys to see that it's not really that difficult to ride in the rain. It's not scary for real. It's not dangerous. Well, anytime you're on a motorcycle around other cars, that it could be in some sense of danger. But you gotta make sure you have on the proper clothing, which I have on the proper clothing in case I fall off the bike. I have a jacket, pants, boots, but I don't have on any rain gear because I am a rebel. Nah, I don't have no rain gear on, but it's not that bad. And I do not lane split in the rain. I don't do it at all, man. That is not what I do. The stopping, the method of stopping and all that type of shit is a lot more calculating. So it's better to just ride the safest ride and be as safe as you can be, and then you don't have to worry about mistakes. But your defense level got to be super heightened, in my opinion. And everything I'm saying is my facts. It's not actual. It's not like some textbook facts. Maybe they align with some of the textbook, perhaps. But this is for me how I ride when I ride in the rain. This is what I do. Another time that I got caught in the rain, I was on my way to Fredericksburg. It was going to watch a group of us was meeting in Fredericksburg to go watch a Monday night football game. Or a Sunday night football game. I can't remember. It was a night game though. And I was riding down, and man, I just got caught in I thought that I would be able to beat the rain. So I was hauling ass. I was flying. And I thought that I would be able to beat the rain. When I say hauling ass, I'm talking about I was doing like, speed limit is 65, I was doing like 67. I was flying at 67, man. And then I got caught in the rain. And when I got caught in the rain, the good thing about it was the highway, part of the highway is very dark. So a truck, F-150, he got behind me and kind of was like my protect, because it's the highway, people driving reckless, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a whole, I don't know, at that time, once it started raining, I'm probably doing 10 miles under the speed limit. And I'm assuming that he was a bike owner himself, because he, like I said, he got behind me and he was just making sure that nothing happened. Nobody ran over top of me, basically. And he was going, fortunately, he was going past Fredericksburg, because when I got off the exit, he kept on going, which was good, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you ride, you want to stay inside of these tire marks right here, like the tread marks, so that it's easier for your tire to, excuse me, so it's easier for your tire to get through the water. It's not that difficult. So, but this is not hard at all, man. To be honest with you, it's relatively easy, and it's not dangerous at all. But I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's very necessary, and it's not that bad. Like I said, use your turn signals. Use your turn signals. Make sure you got the attention of the person that you want to, that's in the lane that you want to get in. Make sure that you have their attention, and then proceed to move left or right, whatever direction you're going in. It's not that bad. I'm gonna get off the highway, and let me see. Well, where am I gonna go? Yeah, I'm gonna get off up here. Now, one of the things you have to be careful when riding in the rain, another thing you have to be careful in is cornering, right? Like, you have to be careful when you're exiting and you're cornering, because it if you use too much front brake and then use too much front brake, there's a chance that you can low side or high side, depending on what your lane is. But you want to just be careful. You want to take your time. You want to ride your ride. You want to stay as safe as you can. Don't be doing nothing extra. The goal is just to get where you got to go. Get the A and B. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult. You just got to ride your ride, man. You got to ride safely. This ain't the time to be trying nothing new. This ain't the time to be, in my opinion, this is not the safe weather to be lane splitting, anything like that. So you really don't have anything to worry about in my opinion, you don't have anything to worry about if you just ride a safe ride. And that's typically what we try our best to do. Ride the safest ride. Pay attention to what's in front of you. I always assume that a driver is going to do the most insane, obscene thing. Like, I don't trust them at all. Like, I assume that they're not going to see me. I assume that they're going to cut me off. I assume that they feel like they can beat me to whatever the spot is. So, I move like that. That's some of my defensive riding mechanisms or skills that I use. It's just trying to be as proactive as possible. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be as proactive as possible, and then making sure that I am ready for whatever they may or may not do. Some people are having a bad day, so they don't want to get over. They don't want to make room for you, or they want to cut you off, or they'll want to be the nicest to you for whatever reason. Maybe they can't ride bikes no more. Perhaps their wife got on them and said, "You're not riding that bike no more, Charlie," or something to that extent, and so they're mad or jealous or whatever the case is. So I always think like that. I always try to be safe. I'm gonna go down here and make a U-turn, get back on the highway. But yeah, so yeah, the truck rolled with me. Back to my story. Sorry about that. I got off into a rant. Back to my story. The truck rolled with me all the way till I got to Fredericksburg, man. I was soaked. But it was okay, man. It was cool. Wasn't a bad ride at all. Wasn't a bad ride at all, man. So this is just gonna be a little quick ride. Because I got other things that I need to do. But I did want to come out here and create some content and get out here in this weather and ride and show people that they don't have to be scared. They don't have to be nervous. It's all right. It's not as difficult as they make it. It's not as difficult as people make it seem. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I've never really been caught in a downpour after those 2 times. I've only been caught in the rain twice. Look at that. Look at the geese. Look at the geese blocking the road up. Not that bad though, but also another thing is when you're riding, is just finding the good lines, the good lanes, the lanes that are steady and constant, that aren't doing a lot of braking, so that you don't have to do a lot of braking. Some people can ride fast in the rain. I don't want to do that because, you know, the potential of hydroplaning or puddles or whatever the case is. And if you know anything about, you know, riding in the rain, please get in the comment section for me and give me some tips. Any tips that you may have. You know, I'm still learning. I'm always learning. I've been riding for a while, for some years now. But I'm not even going to say that I'm an expert. So if you got some tips to give me, if you got some advice, I'm here for it, man. And also, everybody else that's watching the video can get an opportunity to learn. Maybe there's a newbie that's riding and they don't know how to ride in the rain, or they're afraid to ride in the rain. They're worried about some particular thing, you know. And so we can definitely help each other, teach each other, and educate each other. Now I'm probably doing like 65. Yeah, I'm doing about 65 in the rain. It's not that bad though. It's actually supposed to rain for the next few days, so you might get another video. And also there's a meet tonight. So there's a meet tonight, so I don't know if I'm gonna go or not, but there is a meet tonight, so you gotta watch for everybody. Once you start saying brake lights, you know, you slow down a little bit, you take survey of what's going on. You want to look up, so right now I believe that's a BMW way up there. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the white truck, the U-Haul truck, the BMW, and I'm trying to see if they start braking. Then that's when I know, okay, everybody's starting to brake. Maybe then I should start to slow down. Something like things of that nature. It's a pretty ass Chrysler 200 right here. I want to let this joint go by because I want to look at this joint. This joint look good. Nice tints. Chrysler 300, my bad. Still a pretty car. So this is one of the difficult parts. Everybody's trying to get on the highway. I want to get off the highway. So I use my signals. I let them know that I'm trying to get over. I use a hand gesture to let them know that I'm trying to get over. And then I begin my exit once I feel like I have their attention. And those are the type of things that you gotta look out for when you're riding. Look at that. I'm sure that's maybe that's a scat pack. We'll see if I can get up on it. But those are the small things that you gotta do, that you gotta look out for when you're riding. You know, you always gotta be use your turn signals, man. I push that, especially in the rain, especially in dark weather. I said dark weather, especially when it's dark outside. Use your turn signals. So we're gonna see. We're gonna get up on this car and see what kind of car it is. I love muscle cars, especially American muscle cars, and I'm not really happy with what they're doing with, you know, the electric thing and making everybody go electric, stuff like that, man. I'm not really a fan of that. So. But I do really want to see what kind of car this is. Might be nothing. Might be a. Let's see. They might have took the badges off. Don't look like nothing. Somebody better tell me in the comments. But now, yeah. So I appreciate you guys joining me for this ride. There'll be more posts of me riding in the rain. I'm pretty sure I'll get caught out here in the rain. You know, but it's no big deal, man. It's not that difficult.